The graphics card shortage is still very much real, but in some places around the world it's actually starting to get better. But are the quality of the cards somehow getting worse? You betcha. Let's do this. I wish these files would transfer faster. Come on! Whoa, is that the FireCuda 510 NVMe drive with its blistering fast speeds of 3450 megabytes a second read, 3200 megabytes a second write, and capacities of up to 2 terabyte? I can have these files transferred in no time. And if I'm looking for the ultimate performance, I could even get the 4th generation FireCuda 520. I better check the link in the description to find out more details. The last couple of years have seen the component industry struggle with stock issues, and at the heart of it are graphics cards. We all want one, and all we've pretty much seen is AMD and Nvidia releasing cards that have gone out of stock almost instantly, leaving people in a state of heartbreak. Along with that, we've also seen Nvidia re-releasing old models to kind of try and soften the blow just a little bit. In a frantic move to try and get consumers off their back though, we've seen both AMD and Nvidia, as well as their AIB partners, trying to get stock to the consumers as quickly as possible. Just the other day, UK retailer Scan held an event consisting of barbecue food and getting hold of Nvidia GPUs for at, or at least as close to MSRP as possible. I mean, what's not to love? Barbecue and GPUs. Sounds tasty.
This is a tasty burger.
They even had 30 series cards drop during the week that actually stuck around for quite a few hours and in some cases quite a few days, including the 3080 Ti at its £1,049 MSRP. So this is all well and good, but it doesn't mean that brands can get lazy or even complacent, but it seems that might just be what's happening. But what if you don't know what's been happening until it's too late? For any average consumer, opening up your GPU could be a task that you simply don't really want to undertake, in the fear of breaking your precious graphics card and ending up with a very expensive paperweight. But if you was to take it apart, what would you even find? Well, you'd like to think you'd find a GPU core with a nicely spread out amount of thermal paste and perfectly aligned thermal pads to keep those GDDR6X memory chips at bay. But in some cases on Reddit, well, you'd be wrong. A handful of users have been taking their cards apart and finding a sheer lack of thermal pads, misaligned pads, and in one user's case, a worker's finger cot, which kind of looks like a weird tiny condom, and I still can't get my head around its name either. So it sounds wrong, it looks wrong, and god damn it, it is wrong. It shouldn't be there. Now I get it, things get missed and things move once you put the cooler onto the card, so I'll allow a little bit of slack for the thermal pads being misaligned, but on the flip side, is there really any excuse for this when you'd honestly like to think that quality control is still a thing, especially when you're putting down, in some cases, more than $1,000 on a GPU? The first instance of this goes all the way back to August, so yes, a whole month ago, when a user discovered that their 6700 XT from PowerColor still had its thermal pad covers on. You know, them generally bright blue ones that you're meant to remove before you put it on. I mean, how could anyone miss them, considering they're bright, blue? So what can you do as a consumer? Now, I don't suggest anyone ripping open their GPU because that could end up giving you more headache than what you actually started with. And while you'd like to think that these are going to be isolated incidents, without looking at a bigger sample size, it's pretty hard to tell without kind of guessing and, you know, playing detective.
Detective!
The easiest way to tell if you are affected from what we've seen so far is to keep an eye on your temperatures. With dodgy thermal paste application, missing or wonky thermal pads, you'd be able to see instantly what's going on with your temperatures, especially while gaming, which is where one user actually found their 3080 Founders sitting at about 76 degrees, whereas a quick fix now sees GPU temperatures of around 61 degrees instead. But as a user, you shouldn't really be expected to do this in the first place, and there's kind of always that fear that if you suspect something and have to return or RMA your card, I mean, when can you honestly expect to get it back or even get a replacement card? Making it oh so tricky. Now, this is where this wonderful thing called the internet comes in. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it has a wealth of information, including our very own Discord, link below, where someone will more than likely have a similar card to you and kind of give you that comparison to at least put your mind at ease. If you're not satisfied with that and frankly do want to rip your card open to have a little gander and are obviously armed with the knowledge to do so, and know that your manufacturer will actually cover you doing that without breaking and voiding your precious warranty, much like EVGA do, then go nuts. And you know what else you should be going nuts for? The eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit, with absolutely everything that you need to build, maintain and repair your PC, including an Allen key for tightening water cooling fittings. It's the only toolkit that you're ever going to need. Grab yours over on store.eteknix.com, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know exactly what to do, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.